before we jump into the project, I would like just to introduce myself and the Healthcare Without Harm Europe, where I work as well. So as Alexandra mentioned, my name is Ali Faqih, and I work as a Sustainable Innovation Officer with Healthcare Without Harm Europe. In Healthcare Without Harm Europe, we exist to advance sustainability in the healthcare sector and to make sure that it's safe. It's a safer planet, but it's a safer human without doing any harm to the environment and human as well. So one of our projects within Healthcare Without Harm is the Procure4Health project, and I've used the word sustainability a lot on this project, and I do understand that this here we're using the same term, circular. So I would say we're using these terms interchangeably, but anytime you see sustainability, you can substitute it by circular, or the opposite works as well. Without any further ado, I will jump into the project, and for this my presentation, I divided it into 3 parts. The first one, I will describe what is the Procure4Health project, and the second one is within this project, we have a working group called Sustainability and Procurement of Innovation, where our work as Healthcare Without Harm Europe was focused on. It's a working group facilitated and led by Healthcare Without Harm Europe, and then we also developed an action plan, which is also part of the project deliverables that also touched upon many things that related to policy endorsement and actions to the organizations. So what is the Procure4Health project? The Procure4Health is it is an EU project. It first started in 2022. And this month would be the last month for the project. It's a 3 years project. It started with 33 founding members, and those founding members are 19 procurers, and the rest 14 are supporting organizations. When we say procurers, usually these are the contracting authorities or the procurement bodies, depending on each region, some or country. Some countries and hospitals do their own procurement. Others rely on other bodies that do their procurements. But we gave them the title of procurers. The supporting organizations, which is like ourselves, are NGOs, universities, research bodies, and these type of organizations that are interested in innovation as well, but do not play an active role in procurement. Within this, the interest of this community is to create opportunities in order to share best practices, to identify common needs, and to be able to launch common joint actions to address them as well. I've mentioned that we are interested in procurement of innovation. So let me just take a small 1 minute to explain what do we mean by the procurement of innovation. And the other word we use to it is demand-driven innovation. The conventional way of doing procurement is going to the market and checking what does the market have, and then we buy off-the-shelf products. So if I need a new cup, I go to the market, I see what cups are they offering, and then I buy this and adopt this into my organization or myself. In the procurement of innovation, what we're trying to do is to work in a different way. We're trying to go to the market and tell the market what we want, and then let the market offer us based on our needs, and not the other way around. So first we identify the problem, then we try to find the solution. This project started with 33 members. However, currently now we are more than 100 procurers, and that are represented over 22 countries. We also have supporting organizations that are currently now more than 60 supporting organizations. Like I mentioned before, those are like NGOs, university, research bodies, etc. And we also have suppliers. The whole we're represented by, these are the number of organizations, and these organizations are represented by 350 members. The activities that take place within the project are different for each category of members. So if you're a supplier, you cannot access the working groups, one of the examples, because in the working groups there's discussions of their early unmet needs, and we do not want to have the suppliers having access to the early unmet needs. So within the organization, within the project, they're divided differently. The space where this project takes place on, we created a platform I linked the platform to these slides. Later, if you want to also surf through the platform and check what we offer, feel free to do so. It's a very easy method to sign into the platform. It is through your LinkedIn or through your Gmail. You could just sign in and it will link you into the platform. And when you're after you're signed in, we will locate you as a member under which category. So either as a procurer or as a supporting organization or as a supplier. And what you will have access to, and this is where all the activities takes place. So what you will have access to is we do have a capacity building catalog, and many of the catalog revolve around sustainability. And we do have insights. These are documents that have been produced from the Procure4Health members and have been published on the platform itself. We previously had twinning activities where we funded 2 partners in a learning process. So if one is a mentor and other organization that is less knowledgeable about the topic, so we funded those knowledge sharing capacities to visit, to translate, or whatever is needed in order to participate in this twinning activity. Feel free to use this link after the presentation to access the platform as you wish. Now I'll go more into what might be interesting and focusing on what might be interesting to this working group. So I said we have developed 6 working groups throughout the project timeframe, and these are integrated care, digital healthcare, precision medicine and predictive medicine, impactful innovation, value-based procurement, and one of the working groups focuses on how we can advance sustainability in the procurement of innovation. So we're going to make sure that sustainability is being addressed in when we're doing procurement of innovation. The objectives of this working group was first to identify a common need that among all the members of the working group. The second one is when the common need is identified is to conduct a state-of-art analysis in order to explore existing solutions. Then we would want to validate the identified higher priority need with an open market consultation to identify to validate the state-of-art analysis. And then further, some of the issues that cannot be addressed through technological or market availability. Some of them are on a political level, so we developed an action plan that has a specific section dedicated in sustainability and how we can adopt these into our organizations. This seems to be very vague, but I will go smaller and deeper into the exact use case and what happened within the working group. So the methodology we adopted in this working group is the European Assistance for Innovation Procurement. So it is a clear practical framework that has been developed by the European Commission to guide public buyers through the entire innovation procurement process. There's very clear steps on the one that I just mentioned that has been advised and identified through the European Assistance for Innovation Procurement. And one of the first steps we adopted into the working group is the identification of unmet need. And what do we mean by this? It is very usually we all think that the need is very clear thing, but however, where we fall mistakenly is that when we identify a need, we go on saying what is the solution. To put this into an example, in our example in specific, so one of our high priority identified need was the single-use face mask, and we thought that the single-use face mask is a really high important need. It causes a lot of environmental problem, and it's being consumed, especially after the COVID crisis, a lot. When we write our need, we said, when we went to the market, we said we need a reusable face masks. Then after reviewing this need properly, we decided to reviewing the saying that we need a reusable face mask is technically looking for the solution. We're not really describing the need. So the words what we changed, we said we need an alternative to a single-use face mask. And this by writing the use case specifically saying that we need an alternative to a single-use face mask, contrary to the idea saying that we need a reusable face mask, then to broaden our market research that we really look into the right direction. Why is this very important? Is that one, we can engage all stakeholders in a meaningful way from the beginning. So we made sure to address the doctors or the anyone that are using the face masks, the procurement bodies, and the ones that are dealing with the logistics behind it, either from its baking or after its disposal, as through the whole it's from grateful to the grave cycle. So after we identified this and we developed a very precise use case on what is the need, we did go into a state-of-art analysis. The state-of-art analysis has been conducted by one of our partners. It is a desk research, I would say, where we can check the patents that has been developed in order in addressing this problem. So we were able to tell what is available in the market right now, or if not available in the market, still in the research, and what has been currently been done to address this problem. We did come with a report which addressed what is being used in similar context sectors, what is in the pipeline, and where current approaches fall short. However, when we do the state-of-art analysis, we feel very far from the actual market. It does give us good leads, but we need to validate these findings. And by validating these findings we did an open market consultation, which is the OMC. And we did a questionnaire, and we send it out to our suppliers that are part of the Procure4Health network. And we made it also public for other suppliers. And they answered the questions in order to make sure that what we have in the state-of-art analysis is true, and also what we also have more questions. It also, after finishing the OMC, this will inform us if we're going to what is the market readiness? Is it ready enough that the solution is available in the market, or are we going to have to invest in a pre-commercial procurement, which is procuring the R&D? This is the use case. So I also put this slide in case you want to go to the full use case and the full report of and the identified need. How did we describe it, and the open market consultation report? There's the link attached to this one. So please feel free to use this link to help yourself in looking more into this case in specific. This is a screenshot. I took it from the need identification. So we did a situation as is now, and then what do we want the wish situation. So the situation as is now, that there's a high demand and use of face masks to prevent the spread of the viruses in public health facilities. However, that predominant use of disposable face masks leads to significant waste generation and environmental concern. And then the wish situation is that here I mentioned again, we didn't say the wish situation is a reusable face masks. The wish situation is an alternative to a single-use face masks, offering comparable protection to disposable ones, but with substantially reduced environmental impact throughout its life cycle. And the alternative should be manufactured in EU, and the price should be competitively priced with the existing single-use face masks. The EU one is to also tackle resiliency in the future, to mitigate climate, and to also ensure that the social pillar of sustainability is also addressed. Another screenshot I took from the OMC. It is, as I said, that we also went to ask questions to the market. So we asked them, like, what are the barriers you see in implementing a solution for sustainable protection against pathogens? So, for example, one of the respondents said that we noted a lack of knowledge in hospitals about existing technologies. This is so they don't know what is happening in the market, and they still use the single-use face mask. This is also available. If you go to the link, you could see the download the HUD report and go through it by yourself. I will not read all the answers for the time. And what we came out as an output from this solution, that we need to go for a PCP, that the market is not developed well enough to offer a solution. So what we need to do is there's this instrument by the European Union, which is the pre-commercial procurement, and they have you could check. So before it is available in the market, as you can see, the line above in this graph on the screen is there's Public Procurement of Innovation Solutions, which is the PPI. We're not here yet. We still have to do the PCP, which is the research and development, and we have to see which is the best supplier to reach to the stage where we can widely adopt the new solution. As I mentioned, that we wanted to also develop a strategy that addressed the things that are related to the political aspect of the solutions. So, for example, many of the solutions cannot be adopted for the reason that national regulations that need more advocacy, more policy related issues in order to adopt these solutions. So what we did is we developed an action plan, and this action plan is each working group had a section of the action plan, and sustainability has one section of the action plan. And it aims, this action plan should be is actions for the organizations to achieve their strategic goals within sustainability in our case. And it is also available online for endorsement. It has been already endorsed by our procurers, our 19 procurers. And then it has been developed. It is a quite not very long document, but it could be adopted. And this is what the procurers did. So after endorsing, they did a local adaptation, which is translating the documents, developing short-term ones, etc., and then an impact pathway on how they're going to achieve those actions listed in the action plan. It's also available. The link I also shared in this slide. So if please feel free to view it. Also, we would be happy if you like it to endorse it. By endorsing it, you're not committing to anything. It's just simply by saying you agree to it. It's a simple click where you say, I endorse this action plan, available on the link that I just shared here. This is extract from the action plan. I will not read it all, but I would just want to highlight that one of the overall objectives listed in the action plan is that from the sustainability section, it involves reducing waste and pollution by prioritizing circular solutions like reusable or remanufactured devices, take-back schemes, and non-toxic materials, and cutting down on single-use plastics. These are also our areas on focus in Healthcare Without Harm Europe. Final before closing my presentation, the final one would be is that we also developed within this project as Healthcare Without Harm Europe. It is what I just mentioned right now, but the whole process cut short and to focus on sustainability regarding to how to adopt innovation into organizations. And this is, it would be a guide developed. I also attached a link with a clear document on how you can take this into your organization. There's also a video if you would like to watch the webinar for the launching of this document. This is a screenshot from the document, and what it focuses on is so this strategic procurement decisions look as listed in the bullet points, but the focus of the document would be leveraging innovation to drive sustainability. I think this is my final slide. So it takes a straightforward framework, and it would be identify, check, and drive. Identify the problem, check the market, then drive the market. And this would be it. If you have any questions, I did leave my email in the first slide, so feel free to reach